This is it. No more explaining, no more building up, just execution. You know what intensity feels like now. You know it's a choice available in this exact moment. So take it. Every rep, every hour, every conversation from here forward, full intensity, no coasting, no half measures. The people who look unstoppable are operating with some secret advantage. They simply refuse to give less than everything, over and over, for years. While everyone else waits for motivation that never fully arrives, you don't need motivation. You need intensity right now, in whatever is in front of you. Go not when you feel ready, not after one more scroll. Right now, bring the intensity the old version of you never brought, and watch how fast your entire life starts to look different. There is no finish line where intensity is no longer required. The people at the very top of their fields are still bringing this same full effort years after they've already achieved more than most people ever will. Intensity isn't a phase you graduate from. It's the price of staying at any level worth staying at. So don't treat this as a one-time surge. You'll ride for a week and then quietly abandon. Treat it as the new baseline, the new normal, the standard you hold yourself to on your best days, and more importantly, on your worst ones too. This is your moment to decide. Full intensity starting now in whatever you touch next, or another day added to the pile of days where you gave just enough to get by. The choice is entirely yours. And it's available to you again the very next second after this one ends.
So today, right now, that changes. Whatever you're about to do next, training, working, building, you bring an intensity to it that makes the old version of you uncomfortable. You push past the point where you'd normally ease off. You finish the set, nobody's counting. You send the message you've been avoiding. You stay one more hour when everyone else has gone home. This is where separation happens, not in talent, not in resources, in the willingness to be intense when intensity is uncomfortable and unnecessary, and nobody would blame you for stopping. Feel that resistance rising in you right now, that voice saying this is enough. That voice is the ceiling every average person accepts. Break through it. Not tomorrow, in the next task you touch. Notice how your body and mind both start negotiating the moment intensity is demanded of them. That negotiation is normal. It happens to everyone, even the people you admire most. The difference is they train themselves to keep moving despite the negotiation, not because the negotiation stopped happening. Every time you push past that internal resistance, you're proving to yourself, in a way words never could, that you are capable of more than your comfort zone has been allowing. That proof compounds. The next time resistance shows up, it has slightly less power over you. This shift doesn't require years to notice. You will feel a difference in your own self-respect within days of consistently choosing intensity over comfort. That feeling, more than any external result, is often what keeps people committed long enough to see the bigger changes arrive.
Look at anyone who's dominated their field and you'll find the same pattern. An intensity that looked from the outside almost unreasonable. Ronaldo's training intensity in his 20s and 30s has been documented as far beyond what's required to simply stay a professional athlete. He trains like a man trying to prove something every single day, not like a man who has already proven it. Compare that to how most people approach their own goals. Half effort in the gym, half effort at work, half effort in the relationships that matter most, and then confusion about why the results are half of what they hoped for. Intensity is a decision, not a personality trait. You are not born with it or without it. You choose in each specific moment whether to bring your full self to the task in front of you or to give it just enough to get by. Most people choose just enough so often it becomes their identity. The uncomfortable truth is that most people are actually failing to reach their goals. They're succeeding perfectly at the low intensity effort they've been putting in. The results match the input exactly. There's no mystery here, just an honest mirror most people avoid looking into. When you compare your actual daily intensity to the intensity of anyone you admire, the gap usually isn't subtle. It's massive, and that gap is closable. Starting today, the moment you decide half effort is no longer acceptable to you. This isn't about becoming obsessive or unbalanced. It's about recognizing that the specific hours you dedicate to your goal deserve full intensity so that the rest of your time can be spent freely without guilt. Because you already gave your best where it counted. Talent is common, intensity is rare. That's the gap between people who almost make it and people who actually do. Not skill, not luck, but the willingness to bring an intensity to their effort that most people quietly refuse to bring. You've felt it before. That moment where you finally stopped coasting and actually pushed. The workout where you added one more rep past the point of comfort. The work session where you refused to check your phone until the task was done. You know what intensity feels like. The problem is you only bring it out for special occasions. What if it wasn't special? What if intensity was your baseline, not your exception? Research on deliberate practice, most notably studied by psychologist Anders Ericsson, found that expertise isn't built through hours alone. It's built through hours of focused, uncomfortable, high-intensity effort at the edge of your ability. Comfortable repetition doesn't build greatness. Intensity does. Think about the difference between someone who's been doing something for 10 years and someone who's actually gotten 10 years better at it. The gap between them is almost always intensity. One repeated the same comfortable motion year after year, while the other pushed to the edge of their ability every single session. Most people are terrified of that edge because it's uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing, and it exposes exactly how far they still have to go. But that discomfort is the entire mechanism of growth. Without it, you're just maintaining, not improving. So the missing ingredient isn't a secret technique or a better plan. It's simply your willingness to make the next hour, the next set, the next task uncomfortable on purpose, instead of drifting through it the way you always have.